Talking Bills and Packers. What's up, everybody? We are back. I am Rob. With me, as always, my two co-pilots, Brian and DVD. When the NFL schedule came out months ago, we had this coming Sunday all circled for obvious reasons. Our namesakes are meeting head-to-head. And I think, like the NFL, because they put it on Sunday Night Football, we anticipated this game to be a much more compelling clash of the Titans, if you will. And that is not what this game is shaping up to be this coming Sunday.
I don't want to, it's going to be a lunchbox letdown, I think. I mean, I still want to hope that the Packers are going to pull it out of their ass in some way, shape, or form. But after last week's performance against the Commanders, I'm expecting the worst, especially looking at that spread.
Yeah, it's -11. The only thing that concerns me, though, is Bills off a bye. They sometimes
that concerns you,
but sometimes they come out too relaxed. Sometimes, especially with all the hype. I've been a Bills fan for so long. It's tough for me to understand that I have a good team.
DVD and I appreciate you trying.
Thank you. Yeah, ease it over.
You trying to but no. Josh Allen is going to bludgeon this Green Bay Packer defense on Sunday night.
The Green Bay Packers right now, they remind me of The Replacements when Keanu Reeves' character is like, I'm afraid of quicksand. The harder you try, the more you sink through that quicksand. I'm like, that's Aaron Rodgers right now.
Yeah,
the whole team.
We'll talk about it. We'll dive deep into it, but they're the worst team in football right now. I don't care what anybody says.
I agree.
I know you can make an argument for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No. The Green Bay Packers are the worst team in football right now.
Why don't they run the ball? Why don't they run the ball? It's you have one of the best running backs in the league, and you're just not running the ball?
Aaron Rodgers, I guess we're diving in. He is holding this team hostage.
Yep.
He is holding this team hostage, and that is why I agree with Rob that they're the worst team in football, because Tampa's not clicking kind of on all cylinders type situation. You have a problem. There's a singular problem. I know we can blame it on their offensive line and everything, but it's deep down that locker room, I think, is just a fucking disaster.
Look no further than the quotes after the game. Okay. Their biggest issue, they've got three main issues. The biggest one is what DVD just said. It's a refusal to accept what they need to do to have success. And what they need to do to have success is hand the ball to Aaron Jones. And Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur refuse to accept what this offense is and what will make it successful. And they throw the ball. Why, in God's name, when you're 0 for 6 on third down, are you lining up at 3rd and 1 and trying to throw the ball down the field and not just handing it to Aaron Jones? And the naysayers on Twitter and stuff are like, oh, he's only averaging 2.5 yards a carry today. That's better than what the passing game's averaging.
Well, and it's to take maybe some of the heat off Aaron, he has no receiver. He can't throw the ball deep. These new receivers are not taking the pinpoint passes that he usually does. And it's what is it? Lazard, I think his 25-yard TD is their longest scoring play of the year. That is your longest. Don't throw the ball anymore. Just don't throw it.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think it's a LaFleur problem. I think the offense is going through Rodgers, which he can't bring, because the whole team is set up for the run game. The way they've designed this team is for the run.
So that's what I'm confused about, because to your point, Rob, earlier about the post-game stuff, Aaron's always oh, we need to work on this. We're reviewing that. Who does he mean we? Is it him and LaFleur, him and his offensive line coaches, the team?
I think Rodgers is mostly to blame, but I'm not going to absolve Matt LaFleur. I think Matt LaFleur also gets a little pass happy and wants to make beautiful passing plays. Matt LaFleur's there's a lot of people questioning right now if Matt LaFleur is actually a good coach, and I think it's completely warranted, because his first 2 years coaching the Green Bay Packers, he rode Aaron Rodgers to, first 3 years, he rode Aaron Rodgers to 2 NFC championship games, a divisional round playoff game, and 2 MVP seasons from 12. So I think there's a lot. This team is broken. The morale is horrendous. The body language is horrendous. This team needs a leader, and it needs someone to galvanize them. And that's just not who Aaron Rodgers is. Like, you see him after the game, and he goes talking about Buffalo on Sunday, and he's being like his usual smart ass self. And he's like, well, that could be the best thing for us. And then they go, one of the reporters goes, does your team believe that? We know you believe that, but does your team believe that? And he goes, ask them. It's like, great leadership. Fantastic, phenomenal leadership.
That's it. He's holding them hostage. Again, like I said, in so many ways, though. Like, the team clearly needs to rebuild, and they can't even do that because they don't have enough money. Like, he has like $150 million in guaranteed money.
So the trade deadline is just around the corner. When you gave in to Aaron Rodgers last season or whatever it was, you got in the please Aaron Rodgers business, and that's what you are. So I was just reading now before I hopped on with you guys that the Packers are actively calling teams looking for a wide receiver. That's what you have to do it. Like, you have to do it. You have the quarterback. He needs another offensive weapon. I'm seeing a lot of people going, well, just blow it up, rebuild. It's like, no. As long as Aaron Rodgers is on that sideline, you can't do that. Yeah. So it is what it is. Go and get Chase Claypool from the Steelers. And give up assets and draft capital to do it. Push your chips all in and try and get him some weapons to salvage your season and get into the playoffs. That's it. You made when they bowed before him and gave him that contract and walked back the Jordan Love pick, they were putting their hand up and saying, we are in the make Aaron Rodgers happy business. So go and make Aaron Rodgers happy and get him a weapon that he can throw the ball to, because these Chewbaccas, these rookie wide receivers, it's just, and listen, I'm not going to get on these guys. I'm not going to sit here and shit all over Romeo Doubs and like the rookies. I remember watching Devontae Adams in his rookie season drop the ball all season long. It takes time, but you have a quarterback who is on like at minimum his second last year. Yeah.
But it's just like he won't even give the ball to them though. Like he won't even give them an opportunity to get better. Like that is the problem.
That's the problem. And if you only give your best running back 8 touches a game, you think he's going to get going at all? You need at least double-digit touches. So I feel
this is where the ego comes in that I've been talking to you guys about. Like his ego cannot handle. When Peyton Manning won a Super Bowl with the Denver Broncos in his last season, Peyton Manning accepted that he wasn't the same quarterback he was when he was an Indianapolis Colt, and they built an offense around that, and he became a glorified game manager. He was able to check his ego to the point where he was like, this is what I have to be for this team to have success. Aaron Rodgers is not doing that. There's no scenario where he's doing that. For the life of me, I sit on my couch every Sunday as I watch them week after week after week line up in the shotgun on 3rd and 1 and go, we're doing this again? Yeah. We're really doing this again?
Groundhog Day.
Yeah. Like, what's the definition of insanity, friends?
I know. But even, like you said earlier, just like obviously finding him a weapon, but we're going into week 8. Like, how many weeks left do you have to find someone to salvage the season? Like, the clock is ticking a little bit.
Well, the trade deadline is November 1st, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's around the corner.
Yeah,
but if they don't also get what they're looking for, right? Like, if they get someone who's, like, doesn't click with the team, or it's like they're not going to come out of the hop the week they get signed.
Let's say you get an OBJ. Like, how do you think that works with Rodgers?
Yeah.
It gives him a weapon that he can throw the ball. Yes, confirming it is November 1st. It gives him a weapon that he can throw the ball to, a veteran weapon that he trusts, that he's going to take risks with. If they're not able to swing a deal to get somebody in here, then I do think you need to start looking at potentially, I don't want to say tanking, but like, let's get a higher draft pick.
Yeah.
They're going to have to pull from I'm also concerned about just like the climate in which Green Bay plays in. Like, you're going to have to pull somebody who's going to need to get used to that weather real quick, because they're coming in was gonna say they're coming in hot, but they're coming in the opposite of that.
There's been rumors for weeks that the Steelers are willing to move Chase Claypool.
Yeah.
So why don't you take a big veteran wide receiver that Aaron will consistently throw the ball to, and bringing in a legitimate number one who will then open up the field for an Allen Lazard, for an Aaron Jones in the passing game, that sort of thing, for a Romeo Doubs, for a what's his name, Tunyon, the tight end. It's just they're in the worst possible spot right now, because the worst place to be in pro sports in any league is in the middle. You want to be at the top or you want to be at the bottom. You don't want to be in the middle, and they're right in the middle right now because Aaron Rodgers makes them just good enough to come in third place in the North.
Is it Aaron Rodgers or is it their defense that is just like struggling to keep this ship afloat now?
Oh my God. No, their defense, that's another
Their defense
reason
is tired though. Like that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like I give their defense a little bit more credit. I think they're just tired.
Yeah, it reminds me of
why
like the
they
Denver
collapse
situation. Like good
Yeah.
defense, but like if you're not getting the offense, what are you
Yeah.
playing
That's
for?
why they collapse at the end of the game. That's
Yeah.
why it's just, I don't know. It's crazy to me to just watch them continuously try and force the passing game when it's clearly not working. And you have I am of the opinion that Aaron Jones is a superstar. Like I think
100%.
Aaron Jones is the lightning rod of your offense. And you just won't hand the ball off to him because you gotta throw the ball because your ego can't.
And that kind of scares
handle
me for next week, because if they actually do say, okay, let's just start running the ball, that's what scares me, because Aaron Jones is a superstar.
Yeah.
And last year, they went into Arizona on a Thursday night game, and Devontae was hurt, Allen Lazard was hurt, and Valdez Scantling was hurt, and they won that game. And you know why? Because they went in with a good collective mindset, all on the same page, and executed. It's like we've been saying with Cooper Rush,
Positive
where it was like
attitude.
everybody just checked all the bullshit and was like, okay, well, we got to do this because Cooper Rush is our quarterback. Having those three guys go down last year was enough for them to be like, okay, we need to really rethink this and be really careful on every snap. And they're just like, the egos are, I couldn't believe that quote after, like when he looked at the reporter and said, ask them about his teammates. I was like, you're an asshole, man. Like you're such an asshole. Like no wonder, like everyone in that room just looks at you and is like,
Yeah.
It's brutal. It's just brutal.
Taylor Heineke, though. Taylor Heineke.
Yeah.
What a fun. I love watching that guy play football.
Taylor Heineke did everything he could in the first half of that game to help the Green Bay Packers win. He did everything he could.
But he's just so much fun to watch. He's throwing passes with his eyes closed. Like it's so much fun to watch him play football. I know he's not great, but it's just entertaining.
Which is what you want as a fan, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, who cares? It's what
I just can't believe. I can't believe that they go out and they lose to the, like, it's bad. It's really bad.
And the Commanders' defense has not been great this year either. So it's like, you should be able to score more than 21 points. You know what I mean?
I thought they were at least going to pull the W for this one. Like I was listening to TSN, like Davis Sanchez's early lean, and he was picking the Commanders. I'm like, come on, man! Like, give them more credit than that. But
the lateral play at the end, though. Did you see Rodgers? He can't throw backwards. That killed me. And then he's just laying on the ground like a dead man after.
Yeah.
They went 0 for 6 on third down. The first time they've done that since 1998.
Oh.
Yeah.
And first time losing record as a Packer. First time underdogs by double digits in Aaron Rodgers' career. Like that's a lot of things are going wrong right now.
Yes, a lot of things are going wrong. And like I said, I think you made a deal with the devil 2 years ago, and you got in the Aaron Rodgers is our daddy business. And so now you got to move heaven and earth to bring in a weapon for him to work with, because that's what you signed up for. And if you can't do it, then you're basically punting on the rest of the season, and Rodgers will probably retire at the end of this year. Because I don't see them turning around. I'm still in the camp that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at some point will get this sorted out?
I mean, how can you say that after losing 21-3 to the Panthers?
I've honestly kind of written them off. I'm just
if you actually
Brian,
watch that team play football,
yeah,
if
I
Mike
just
Evans
like the memes
that,
now. It's when
I get if he catches the ball, but
Tom Brady ruined his marriage to lose to the Carolina Panthers.
Lose to the defense, allowing the Panthers to score 21 points when they're the worst team in the league. I know you say the Packers, but the Panthers are one of the worst teams in the league. Them and the Lions.
Yeah, they are statistically the worst team in the league. Yeah.
Can we put an end to this? Todd Bowles is a mythical defensive whisperer. Can we stop saying that? Because that's all I hear from the pundits in the U.S. And it's the Buccaneers defense is pretty awful. And it was pretty awful last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know they have they've got names on their defense, which tricks you a bit because you're well, they got this guy, they got that guy, but it doesn't translate to play on the field, really.
Do we really think all of this BS with the Bucs is hinging on Brady?
No, I don't think I think his play and his attitude, he's gone. I've told you guys before, my mom is the biggest Tom Brady super fan on earth. And I was texting with her the other day and she was saying how he's a bit loopy. When you hear him talk, he's kind of and I'm yeah, he's in the middle of a divorce. So I think that's affecting his play and it's probably affecting their offense, but the defense, defense is this team going into the season. A lot of people had the Bucs defense ranked number 1 in football, and they're horrible.
And it kind of looked that way to start the season. They were dominating people, and then all of a sudden they fall, kind of like the Pack, they just fell off a cliff with the defense.
Yeah.
Which kind of back to the Packers Bills game.
Yeah,
I just have this vision in my head that the defense is going to click, the running game is going to pop up. This is why I was saying that earlier, because this has been my entire life watching the Bills.
Well, DVD and I will be in attendance, so let's hope that happens because we're going all the way to Buffalo to watch the Packers get their asses handed to them.
And to say hi to Josh Allen.
Tell him that I love him.
Brian Chalk.
I'm gonna be on the lookout. I'm gonna be on the lookout for some mafia juice.
Oh yeah.
We need some videos.
We'll jump through some tables for you. It's okay.
Yes.
It's
I'm
okay.
getting such FOMO already.
We'll have a viral video of DVD choke slamming me through a table.
I know. I was told by my significant other. He's you know what? He's I hope the Packers are going to lose because if the Packers are up 7, you've had a couple drinks and he's you're going to be running your mouth to some kind of Bills fan. He's and I will not be defending you. He's that is it.
Especially in America too. You don't want to test that.
I was thinking that do we wear Packers
1,000%.
risk getting punched in the face?
That might happen.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get physically assaulted, but I think we will get berated if they lose big time.
Maybe a couple things thrown at us.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I do. Yes.
I mean,
the key move there is one person in the group. That's why I wish I was coming. You have to be with somebody wearing Bills gear.
Yes, to protect you.
So who I'm going with is going to be wearing Bills gear. So this is going to be the level set.
So wait, your SO is going to be wearing Bills gear?
Oh, Josh Allen all day, every day.
Wow.
He is a Bills fan. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, it works out. It's not just I'm going to cheer for the Bills out of spite because you're a Packers fan. So
maybe we'll make my my wife who doesn't care about any of this but just loves going for the atmosphere. We'll throw a Bills hat on her.
That's hilarious.
To protect me.
That's a good move. That's a good move.
That's a good move.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just going to bring I'm going to bring a broomstick with your face on it in a Bills jersey and one year there in spirit, and this is my Bills fan.
I'll send you my iPad. Just put the live stream on, and I'll just be at home pretending I'm there.
Yeah, Brian, how do you feel about your team? We've kind of clogged the airwaves here with Packers.
I feel great. Everything's been great. Yeah, everything's been great. The running game came alive last time we were on the field, so I'm hoping that continues. That's the key to victory because you don't want Josh Allen throwing the ball 72 times a game, and I want to have a mix of run and I want a mix of air.
Yep.
You're probably going to get that, to be honest with you. Although it's better to run the. Actually, I don't even know. They can't stop the pass either. But DVD's right. They're just tired at the end of the game, and they can't. They just run out of gas.
So this game's in Buffalo. The noise of that game is really. I don't know if that's going to affect Aaron Rodgers at his old age now. The sound of that stadium at prime time.
Yeah, it's going to be.
His ears are going to be buzzing.
Yeah, you know what though? Apparently the stadium in Minnesota is known to be a loud one, so he's used to it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
The Bills
say about that guy.
That's why I like when they play the home games, especially because the crowd is like another player on the field. It's so loud there; it's insane. You guys are going to experience something crazy when you're there.
I haven't been there in a very long time. Like clearly before COVID, and then even like before that. I think it's been like 4 or 5 years since I've been in Buffalo.
Yeah, it's been. I went in 2019. Mm-hmm. They were playing the Ravens. That was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say anymore. You guys are coming off a bye. I think they're going to be ready. Everybody gets up to play the Packers too. It's going to be Sunday Night Football. Like you said, the fans are going to be just jacked to have Sunday night for the NBC crew there.
Yeah, Sunday night. They got a whole day of tailgating. It's just,
Josh Allen's going to be hyped up too. Like the hype videos are starting to come out already from the Bills pages. I love it.
Oh yeah, they're going to be oiled.
Yeah, Von Miller's going to unleash the beast there.
Yes. Oh yeah, there's another thing. Von Miller rushing against this garbage offensive line. Oh God!
And Greg Rousseau and Matt Milano, these guys
make it stop. Make it stop.
Yeah.
And if Tre'Davious White comes back this year, oh my God!
Yeah. I'm picking the Bills to win. I know a lot of people are being dramatic and being like 2 scores. I'm picking the Bills to win by 10 points.
It's minus 11 right now.
Yeah.
So
they take the Packers.
Yeah, take the Packers on the spread.
Yeah.
But Bills money line.
Yeah.
Yes, Bills money line for the dub for sure. I mentioned this to you guys before we jumped on. I thought the matchups this past weekend were brutal. Like there ended up being some good games. Like I thought Ravens Browns was a pretty good game.
Yeah. Thursday night it was okay. It got better in the second half.
Giants Jags turned out to be a pretty good game. Can we talk about how the NFC East for years was the laughingstock of the league, and now you got Philly, Dallas, and the Giants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now the Commanders.
The Giants kind of snuck up on me. I'm not going to lie. Like, I know, I don't know. I just didn't pay attention.
We talked about this earlier, remember?
I know, yeah.
I was like, this team is different.
I was like, I'm not really giving them much whatever. They won. And I was like, wait, they're like 6-1 or whatever now.
The Giants are a perfect example of like how much coaching matters in football. It really, really matters.
Because they know they don't have a strong receiving core. They know they don't have a strong quarterback, but they have a strong running game, and they know how to use that. And they know how to use trick plays to get what they want.
I think you're seeing the same thing with the other New York team, too, where it's like, I don't know if Robert Saleh is like the most like technically sound head coach, but he's got that team ready to play every week. And they're the New England Patriots, the NFC East and the AFC, super interesting storylines. You've got the NFC East is like kind of returned to form as one of the better divisions in the league, and you've got the New England Patriots, who are very clearly the worst team in the AFC East.
Yeah.
By a wide margin, in my opinion.
Especially
Can we talk about how they took out Mac Jones too?
And like they kept showing him on the sideline. I felt so bad for him. Every time Bailey Zappi completed a pass, the camera would just pan to him, and I'm like, oh man, you don't have to show him. I think Bill Burr said it on the stream. He was like, stop showing this guy.
I was watching the Manning cast too, and Bill Burr was just ripping into him.
If you're the Patriots, like all I hear, like I've said to you guys before, I don't profess to be a huge college football expert, but when you watch any of the shows in the U.S., they talk about how rich in quarterbacks this upcoming draft is going to be. So if you're the Patriots, it's like just throw in the towel, lose out.
And I like, obviously Mac Jones, he's not the guy. Like Bailey Zappi as well is not the guy. He's fun. Zappy Meal's a fun time, but you definitely need to look in the draft for some options. I'm sure Belichick's all over it, but He's sometimes weird in the draft. He'll be like, no, we'll just take a defensive lineman first overall.
Have we overrated Justin Herbert?
Yes. Big time. He had a great season last year. Like, he looked really good. Even that last game against the Raiders, like, kind of fell apart there, and it just hasn't looked good ever since.
And did we... If going into the season, because I'm honing in on the Seahawks defeating the Chargers. Going into the season, I think we all looked at Russell Wilson and was like, he needs to get out of Seattle. He's going to flourish when he gets out of Seattle. And now the Seahawks go into Los Angeles with Geno Smith and beat the Chargers and are 4-3.
I know. Crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Yeah.
So I think this is the weirdest year.
It is.
Especially if you for gambling and stuff, it's a roll of the dice in every game. Like I keep saying, if parity has hit the NFL.
And did you ever imagine Geno Smith being the highest passer rater in the league? He was at one point, which is freaking hilarious.
No, I can't.
Yeah, Geno Smith of all people, the ex-Jet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like 2014 again.
I know. When he was punching teammates in the face and being a diva.
I forgot about
I forgot about that too.
Yeah.
That's pretty hilarious.
God.
People
that
forget.
Was a great flashback.
Yeah, it's a great story for Geno Smith right now. People forget he's like one of the biggest assholes ever in the league.
Yeah.
Well,
punching his teammates.
He's got the whole Seahawks team ready to go.
I know, and like Pete Carroll is actually. I'm realizing how good of a coach he is. Not including the Patriots fiasco in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's an amazing coach.
All right, my friends. I think when we look ahead to Week 8, we're going to change it. Like, you look at the game slate. Like, I think Ravens Bucks on Thursday is compelling. I think Cardinals Vikings is compelling.
I kind of like Giants Seahawks. I kind of like
Giants Seahawks is compelling.
Yeah.
But I want to do a little bit different. Tee up. I want all of us to predict the score for Packers at Bills on Sunday night.
24-20 Bills.
24-20.
I think it's going to be.
You're putting a lot of faith in this.
It's going to be closer than you think, but I still think the Bills win.
You're more generous than I am because the first score that literally popped into my head was 27-20 for the Bills.
Yeah.
See, I'm going 20-10. I have absolutely no faith that the Packers, or maybe even 20-9, and they kick 3 field goals. Like I have no faith.
I think they'll be kicking a lot of field goals.
Yeah.
And what's the wind index there? How windy is that game going to be?
I don't know. I could see a scenario where the Packers defense plays well and maybe holds the Bills to only 20 some odd points. Like I keep hearing you're going to get 40 hung up on you, and I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't see that.
No, I don't think the Bills are going to crack 30. I might be eating my words next week, but
I agree. I agree.
I could see that scenario happening, but I have zero faith in this Packers offense. Zero.
Amazing. Morale's low too, right? They're coming off 3 losses, 1 to the Commanders. And these guys are not naive to the fact that everyone in football is talking about them too, right?
That's what concerns me though, because they're hearing it not just this show is talking about the run game. Everybody's talking about the run game.
Yeah.
So I'm concerned.
We're the most important show, though.
I'm concerned that it's going to be a heavy run system, which, the Bills need to learn how to defend that, but I don't like it.
I think you guys are underrating how toxic that locker room is and how much how much they can't stand that asshole under center. I think that is the biggest problem with this team. I think most of these guys, he threw a ball to Romeo Doubs in his feet. Doubs didn't catch it. And then he glared at him the whole way walking off the sideline. I think the biggest issue with this team is everyone on offense in that locker room, except his buddies like Bakhtiari and Randall Cobb and Alan Lazard, looks at him and is just like, you are an asshole.
I know.
That's so.
And I don't think he doesn't get put in his place, right? LaFleur's not pulling him aside and being like, listen, you piece of shit, you have to be a leader, treat them better.
But I think only Bruce Arians has the balls to do that, because I think he did that with Brady. Maybe hire Bruce Arians. That might turn things around.
You know what, Brian? I think I'll pass on hiring Bruce Arians. But I think he was on McAfee earlier today, and he was saying about how Tom Clements, the offensive coordinator, who isn't the offensive coordinator, LaFleur's the offensive coordinator, he goes, well, he gave me my highest grade of the season in that Commanders game. It's this is just such a toxic bow before me, I'm the king, I'm the best environment that is going on in Green Bay. And I think it's just, you can't fix that in a week.
I think though it's like his stats might be still intact, but his legacy's definitely tarnished because of this. Like people are going to look back and be like, here's a guy who's won one Super Bowl in his career, was statistically probably one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, and then just became a cancer in the locker room.
I think when all is said and done, people will look back on Aaron Rodgers and go, incredible football player, arguably the most naturally talented quarterback to ever play the position. Douchebag.
Yeah.
On all levels.
I can't wait for the Netflix documentary. It's going to be
cool. Oh, that's going to be spicy. It's all going to be NFC championships, too. That entire documentary.
Yeah.
It's the 49ers, Jimmy G's just going to be front row.
I love all like the spoofs that I'm seeing on like Twitter and TikTok and stuff of people like, well, Brady's having family issues. Aaron Rodgers doesn't even have a family. Like, who's he going to blame?
I always forget that he's like, is he still single? Like, he's not dating anybody,
He was dating some girl who identified. This is honestly
wasn't
true.
he engaged or something to her?
Or
he was engaged.
Yeah,
no, he was engaged to what's her name? The actress.
I just know that she's the chick from Pretty Little Lies. I don't actually know her name.
He went on Shailene Woodley. When he went on the trip with Miles Teller, and so they broke up. And over the summer, I'm not kidding, he was dating a lady who identified as a witch, and her name was Blue of Earth.
I mean, I'm not shocked.
Good for you.
I'm not shocked by that at all.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
that's what ayahuasca does, baby. It opens up your eyes.
Yes, so that's what's going on off the field with Aaron Rodgers. So, anyways, we've talked about it to death. I think the Bills are going to win. I don't think it's going to be the stomping that everyone thinks it's going to be, but I do think they're going to win. And I don't, unless Goody can go out and make a trade and bring in a Chase Claypool or a OBJ or someone, I think there's no fixing this.
No,
it'd be tough at this point. You know, it's just spiraling out of control, but. You never know. I as I said before, I'm a little nervous about this game. I haven't watched the Bills in a week, so I'm just not used to watching them win anymore. It's left my head.
Oh, sorry, one week, and you're just not used to it.
I know.
Wow.
Don't count the previous 30 or 29 years of my life before they were good.
Oh. All right, my friends, we're going to get out of here. We'll be back next week and with a full report of all the mafia juice that we drank and all the tables that we broke and all the rowdy environment that we were in Buffalo.
All the bets
Brian,
that I lost.
You will be so sorely missed. And we will see everybody next week. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button below. We really appreciate it. We'll see you then.